8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The first sitting of the 9th Parliament for the year 2021 will convene from tomorrow. The Venerable Athuraliya Ratanathera will be sworn in as a Member of Parliament tomorrow. The total count of COVID-19 cases in Sri Lanka reached 44,964. The death toll climbed to 213. The Education Ministry is to reopen schools for grade 11, except in the isolated areas, on the 25th of this month. In world news, Iran resumes enriching uranium for 20% purity at Fordo facility. And in sports news, England all-rounder Moeen Ali has tested positive for COVID-19 upon the squad's arrival in Sri Lanka. The Secretary-General of Parliament, Dhammika Dasanayake, announces that the first sitting of the 9th Parliament for the year 2021 will convene from tomorrow to the 8th of this month. The motion at the adjournment time by the government will be taken up tomorrow and the day after. The adjournment debate by the opposition on the current situation in the country is scheduled to be held from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on the 8th of January. 4 bills, including amendments to the Shop and Office Employees Act, will be taken up tomorrow, and 3 bills, including the amendment to the Minimum Wages Act, are scheduled to be debated in Parliament on the 6th. In addition, the second reading of the Intellectual Property Amendment Bill is scheduled for the 7th of this month, and 10 regulations, including airport taxes, will also be taken up for debate. Secretary-General of Parliament Dhammika Dasanayake said that the Venerable Athuraliya Ratanathera will be sworn in as a Member of Parliament tomorrow. The Thera enters Parliament this time around through the National List seat secured by the Ape Janabala Party during the recent general election. The Venerable Ratanathera was first elected to Parliament from the Kalutara district in 2004, representing the Jatika Hela Urumaya. He secured a seat in Parliament in 2010 as well as 2015, first under the banner of the UPFA and later through the UNP. The total count of COVID-19 cases reported in Sri Lanka reached 44,964 as 190 more persons were tested positive for the virus. According to the Health Ministry's data, 37,817 of the confirmed patients have made complete recoveries from the virus. However, 6,934 active cases are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centres located across the island. Sri Lanka has witnessed 213 deaths from the virus so far. Meanwhile, Army Commander General Shavendra Silva has said that the isolation of the NHS housing scheme in Maligavatta is lifted with immediate effect. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Sri Lanka Navy, in a special operation carried out in the sea area of Negombo today, arrested 4 suspects transporting a stock of crystal ice and hashish worth over 600 million rupees. The operation also led to the seizure of a multi-day fishing trawler used to transfer the drugs. The Western Naval Command intercepted a suspicious multi-day fishing trawler off Negombo and apprehended the 4 suspects with over 100 kilograms of crystal ice and about 80 kilograms of hashish being transferred aboard. The drugs had been concealed in 9 sacks in plastic containers and small packets. The suspects held during the operation were identified as residents of the Chilau area. They were handed over to the Police Narcotics Bureau, Colombo, for onward legal action. Spokesman for Commissioner of Prisons Chandana Ekanayake said that 4,103 COVID patients have been reported from prisons. 123 of them are prison officials. There are 866 cases reported from the Valikada prison, while 834 were reported from the Magazine prison. Next, we take a look at the main news story.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Education Minister Professor G.L. Piri said the Education Ministry is currently making arrangements to reopen schools for grade 11, except in the isolated police areas, including the Western Province, on the 25th of January. He said the decision was taken following the instructions and recommendations issued by the health authorities. He said no schools in the isolated police areas in the country will be opened on the 25th of January. However, the GCE ordinary level examination is scheduled to be held on the 1st of March and will be held for 11 days. The minister said OL exam results are scheduled to be released by the end of June. That was the main news story. Watchlight is up next.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
A look at Watchlight. Applications for the training as family health officers have been called online. Unmarried females who have passed the GCE advanced level in 2015, 2016 and 2017 are able to apply. Further information is available on the website www.health.gov.lk. That was Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow. The headlines. Iran resumes enriching uranium to 20% purity at the Fordo facility. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's extradition to US blocked by UK judge. Pope is really saddened by COVID holiday makers. Iran says it has resumed enriching uranium to 20% purity in its most significant breach yet of the 2015 nuclear deal with world powers. Government spokesman Ali Rabiei told the state media the process has started at the underground Fordo plant near Qom. Enriched uranium can be used to make reactor fuel, but also nuclear bombs. Weapons-grade uranium is 90% purity. Iran, which insists that its nuclear program is peaceful, has rolled back a number of commitments under the deal. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange cannot be extradited to the States. A court in London has ruled. The judge blocked the request because of concerns over Assange's mental health and risk of suicide in the US. The 49-year-old is wanted over the publication of thousands of classified documents in 2010 and 2011. The US claims the leaks broke the law and endangered lives. Mr. Assange was fought the extradition and says the case is politically motivated. Pope Francis has criticized people who have taken off on holidays to escape lockdowns. He called on those jumping on planes to avoid restrictions to think about the suffering of others. They didn't think about those who were staying at home, of the economic problems of many people who have been hit hard by the lockdown, of the sick people, the Pope said after his weekly noon blessings. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Iran resumes enriching uranium to 20% purity at Fordo facility. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's extradition to US blocked by UK judge. Pope is really saddened by COVID holiday makers. That ends this bulletin of world news. Next is development news. The first
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
development news. The first phase of the project to build 5,000 housing units for middle-class income earners in the line of the Vistas of Prosperity policy statement will commence today in the Orugodavatta area under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Under the first phase, these housing units will be constructed in Orugodavatta, Blumendal, Malabe, Makumbara and the Borlasgamo area in Colombo district, according to the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing. The Paliagoda area in the Gampaha district and the Gatambe area in Kandy district have also been selected for these projects. That was development news. A look at sports news next. England all-rounder Moeen Ali has tested positive for COVID-19 upon the squad's arrival in Sri Lanka. The 33-year-old who tested negative before departure will now isolate for 10 days in accordance with the Sri Lanka government's quarantine protocol. Fellow all-rounder Chris Vokes has been deemed as a possible close contact and will observe a period of self-isolation and further testing. England's two-test tour of Sri Lanka starts in Galle on the 14th of January. That was a look at sports news. And next is business news. Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that a new economic hub focusing on imports and exports will be established in the Mihintale area. The minister pointed out that it will be constructed in a way to be able to cope if the main economic hub in Colombo becomes inactive due to an emergency situation. That was business news. Economic news is next.
Economic News, courtesy of
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Sri Lanka will review the performance of the open economy policies introduced from 1977, allowing the country to follow a focused approach to becoming an industrial economy. Introducing the monetary and financial sector policies for 2021, the Central Bank Governor W.D. Lakshman said that a policy framework with long-term objectives would generate greater macroeconomic benefits than being driven by short-term vicissitudes in the market and unbridled desire for the short-term gains. The monetary policy will be reoriented towards supporting the identified sectors of the economy, and lending targets to priority sectors and winning industries will be introduced during the year following consultation with relevant stakeholders, Governor W.D. Lakshman said. That was economic news. Finally, a look at the weather report.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The weather report. The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the northern, eastern, north-central, Uva and central provinces and in the Hambantota district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places. Fairly heavy showers, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the western, northwestern and northern provinces. That was the weather report. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The first sitting of the 9th Parliament for the year 2021 will convene from tomorrow. The Venerable Athuraliye Ratanathera will be sworn in as a Member of Parliament tomorrow. The total count of COVID-19 cases in Sri Lanka reaches 44,964. The death toll climbed to 213. The Education Ministry is to reopen schools for grade 11, except in the isolated areas, on the 25th of this month. In world news, Iran resumes enriching uranium to 20% purity at Fordo facility. And in sports news, England all-rounder Moeen Ali has tested positive for COVID-19 upon the squad's arrival in Sri Lanka. That ends tonight's news broadcast, and I can see somebody writing furiously on the other side. Chandima all smiles, and I think she is all set and ready for family choice. So Chandima, all yours.